Welcome, friends, to the Train Fans Hall of Rider-related innovations and sciences. This is where we make that thing that we make. Today, I've decided to come up and... Oh god, this is going terribly. Hey, here we are at my Hall of Innovations and Sciences, and today we're going to look at all the things that we've been working on for the public to see, because I'm doing a release of the mod today. Ain't that something? Right. So, I guess we're just gonna hop right in, because I don't know what else to say. Funny openings, ha ha ha. Also, my computer's running a bit slow today, I don't know what that's up with that. So first off, the Showa Riders. All of them, with the exception of Sango, Yongo, and Kamen Sentai Rider, now have potion effects. Yeah. So now you can use these guys, and you don't exactly get them from an ore. That's something I'll mention at the very end of the video. So yeah, I just picked a random variety of them. So over here we have the Rider Circuit, which is the base item, and we also have the Rydol Stick, which is for X, and I didn't actually make it craftable yet, but as you can see... Oh god, I just deleted it. This is going terribly. It has a big render. Do you like my Risei skin? I had to change the hair color. But, yeah. It's got a big render. It's a giant stick. There's that. And the Shocker Riders also have potion effects. And I actually set them up so that you actually need to make the one you want. So, for example, if I take Shocker Rider number 1... put it in a table with some white bone meal, you'll get Shocker Rider 2. And obviously, it all coincides to the color of the scarf. So I'm not going to bother with all of that. I don't want this to be too long of a video. So yeah, let's move on to our next room. And this is the room of all of the riders we haven't added anything to just yet, but they all have potion effects now. So the G belts from Akito, the Fourze Riders, Blade and Garen, Hibiki, and Kiva. They all have potion effects now. Some things are still unobtainable with everything, especially the G Riders, but we'll work on that in the near future. So let's get on to the next room here. This is the room of Den-O. We've added a lot to Den-O. So first off, we have the evil Imagine Sand, which is the ore that spawns in the Nether. And then we have all these new rider tickets. We have Teddy, Negataros, the Ghost Imagine, Eve, and the Gao ticket. And obviously, we also have all these guys are now obtainable in Survival. Obviously, Den-O is really the only one you'll find in the overworld. The rest you'll have to go to the Nether for. And also, New Den-O has his Vega form now. The weapon's been in for ages. And the belt changes as well. It just doesn't show up on item stands. So, yeah, you can now get all that. It just uses Zeronos' Vega card. And additionally, we've added to the Den-O Riders is the Rider Passes. You need these to access the effects. Zeronos doesn't need one, but... basically, all the riders, except for G Den-O and Gao, use this rider pass. You basically craft it the same way as the O scanner. I'll just demonstrate real fast. So you put an ender pearl in, surround it with Imagine Sand to get the main rider pass, plop in the Gao ticket, and you'll get the master pass, and pop in Eve, and you will get the G Den-O rider pass. It's pretty simple, and you need those to access the potion effects on all of the Den-O riders. It's pretty neat. So yeah, a lot was done to Den-O. We also added a ton of new Dengasher forms, which I'll show off briefly. Oh god, I just realized I forgot to set something up. Whoops. I guess we'll do it live then. So we added all these new Dengasher forms. You can get all of them, and also the Imagine weapons are now in. Everything's in survival. I'm not going to show off crafting for everything, but just know pretty much everything is there for Den-O. Next, Double. Fair bit with Double. We have the Nether Ore now, and the T2 Gaia memory. And as you can see, none of these riders are in their base forms. We now have updating belts for double. So obviously Lunar Trigger, Axel's Trial, and the booster was also there. And the Lost Driver I put in Cyclones to show that it updates. So aside from the T2 Gaia memory, we have the Prism memory. You can now craft the Prism Picker. The Engine memory, we've added the Engine Blade for Asel. And Shippu and Kirifuda. These just function as Cyclone and Joker for the time being. And pretty much everything, but I believe Prism is found in the... I may have put Prism in the Nether. Whoops. Yeah. I think I may have, so I'll look to that next update, probably. Oh yeah, and pretty much Axel and the Lost Drivers are all in the Nether, so make note of that. Things disappearing when I look off screen, ain't that something? Alright, so that's it for double. Let's move on to O. What? Where's the facility? Wait. I knew I should have given them health benefits. Right. So I guess we'll try and make do with O's. O's is now in the Nether. It's the Birth Core ore. And that means you can get Birth! And Proto-Birth with the Birth Cores. You basically craft them like you would any of the belts. They've all got potion effects now, and all of the remaining cell medals, so like Poseidon's medals, Imagine, Shocker, Panda, Kangaroo, and of course the black medals, Poseidon's, they're all in the Nether now. So yeah, have fun looking for them. I made the, and like I said, all riders now have potion effects, so Poseidon, Aqua, 2 Birth Riders. We're also planning to add a Hexa O's from the SIC stories eventually. So yeah, it's really all there is for O's, obviously, since someone didn't finish the facility. Well, a certain group of people. At least they bothered to set things up outside. So, Fourze, all of the base states have potion effects, and I should probably also grab these. So Fourze now has his Nether Ore, which is the gate switch, and you'll need that to get Meteor and Nadeshiko. So yeah, the switches don't affect anything yet, but everything has potion effects. I think that's something. So moving on to Gaim. So, obviously, Suika Arms, it's in. It has effects now. You can obtain it. And it also has its weapons, which I forgot to pull out. Yeah, it just goes to show how prepared I am to make these videos. So obviously you have the Suika Sojinto and the Suika Sojinto Baron version. Again, both come from the Suika Lockseed, they're both in the Nether. And for this next thing, I think I'm going to borrow the Greedon armor here for a little bit. No. Can I get the leggings? Ah, screw it, I'll do it myself. Alright, let me just finish getting this guy on. Yeah, I'm so prepared to make this video. So alright, let me pop into Greedon, and I'll show you some of the other things we added. So we have a Dongri Lockseed. You might see where this is going. The Roulette Lockseed and the Christmas Lockseed, and the Lock Vehicles. These don't do anything yet. They're there so you can collect them, as said by the great god Kelko. But the Dongri Lockseed, it does do something. This is a very rare drop, lag, from the Overworld ore. If you have a belt on, lag again, and you use it, it calls you an, Christ. It calls you a nincompoop, and it puts, and it drops an anvil on you. That's something. Oh god, the lag is real. I'm gonna try and finish the video, though. We will persevere. So yeah, that's, something. And on the subject of Gaim, and for X8 for that matter, all of the Rider, Lockseeds, and Gashats are now craftable. They don't have effects yet, but you can now obtain them all in survival. And yes, I know, we'll add the Legend Rider icons soon enough. And lastly, for build, as you can see, Rabbit Tank sparkling. The belt changes too, it just doesn't show up on armor stands, because that's just how it is. And Cross Z finally has effects, or Cross, whatever you want to call them. The lag is real. Okay. And also, here's all the new full bottles we've added. Rabbit Tank Sparking, Octopus Light, Kuma Televi. These are all the ones that have effects. The rest of them don't. So, Phoenix Robo, we haven't seen in action, so no effects yet. Momotaros and Yujo are the new Legend Rider bottles that we've added. And we've also added the Kaizuko Hasha for Kaizuko Resha, and it does shoot. And it will use blank full bottles when you do that. And that about does it. I'm probably missing a few things. Oh yeah, here's where I would be showing you that we've had 2 new mobs. But unfortunately, I've locked the world on peaceful, and I haven't considered that. So let me just try and show you them. So we have the Guardian and the Shaka Combat Man. The Guardian, you can see him for a second. He will drop full bottles. And the Shaka Combat Man, Kelko would have to do a better video on this than I am. He will drop the Rider Circuits, but also the belts. So to get the Showa Riders, you need to go out and defeat Shaka Combat Men to actually obtain the Showa Riders. Yeah, we changed things up a bit. So yeah, that does it. From all of us at the Train Fans Hall of Rider-related innovations and sciences, bye!